I did a recent Q&A with the Collective Council, which is a group of beings who I channel. And the questions that came through with this session and this incredible group of souls, many were about health, our physical health. So they went into the significance and the value of us having a physical experience here as spiritual beings, how our bodies are really incredibly perceptive and are going through different activations and upgrades. So if this resonates with you, I would so love for you to subscribe to the channel, to give it a thumbs up, and maybe even share it with other people who are going through their own spiritual journeys and awakenings, because I know that it was a video similar to this that someone shared with me that really led to a lot of very, very incredible things and was a very supportive part of my spiritual awakening. So my name is Serenity Iris, and I'm super happy that you're here. If you do resonate with this, you can see in the description, there will be a link to upcoming events. And if there isn't an upcoming event in the near future, you will probably see a replay to one of our most recent events. So you can check out the events link. You can also go to my website if you're interested in learning more about different programs and offerings I have. We are going through a Purpose and Prosperity full frequency activation series program. And this is really meant for leaders, light workers, healers who are here on a mission. You have a purpose, and you can either really feel what that is and know it and are wanting support in further expression of it. So the Collective Council is being channeled, and it's like being given a ton of fertilizer to help you on your mission. And then there are those who can feel there's something bubbling up. You know you have a purpose. You know that there is great meaning to your life. And so you can check out what I would do is I would go to the description and check out the recording of a recent frequency activation, see if you resonate with it. And if you do, you are welcome to book a call to see if it's a good fit for you to go through the program. So this Q&A in particular is not a frequency activation. However, we're going through a bunch of question and answers, which I found really fascinating. So let me know if you resonate, and if you also have questions for me or the Collective Council and might want to share that question for future episodes, future Q&A sessions, feel free to type it into the comments. And if you have a group a group of souls, a group of really conscious, beautiful beings who you would like to gather, and we can do a similar kind of a Q&A, feel free to go to my website and be in touch with me, and we can see what we can do. So we're going to go to the video, and I hope you enjoy it. I'll talk to you soon. I'm Serenity Iris. We are so pleased to be with you all today. Thank you for gathering. If you would like, we can jump right into any questions you may have. What a fun question, asking about your hair's highest potential, as your hair is, and all parts of you are an extension of you and your physical apparatus or physical body. Like with all the things, including the body, we encourage you to focus on the plentifulness of it, the appreciation of it. And if this is somewhat challenging for you in this time, we encourage you not to pay too much attention to it at all. And this is because when you keep noticing that it is, in your case, you say that it is thinning, the attention on it being thin is then reinforced by the attention that you are placing on it from this perspective. So if you're able to shift that and appreciate that, my goodness, there is quite a bit of hair already, and we invite and encourage more, and we invite and encourage healthy, fresh, new growth, that would be recommended. And if this feels unnatural and you're feeling like you don't actually mean it, then we encourage that you focus on other parts of your physical being that are well and vibrant and working beautifully. And of course, nutritionally, there are supports there that you are probably already aware of, making sure that you are taking in your essential minerals and healthy amounts of protein for you. And in addition to this, we do encourage an open and freer communication with your higher self, perhaps your guides, one where there is trust and there's a lot of activity at the head center. So if that activity is one of pure light and love rather than overthinking or worrying, it is like a more fertile soil for we're thinking of a grass and plants and trees on your earth, but similarly on your head, it can provide a more nourishing environment for your hair to grow. So that is what we suggest. You probably already knew this intuitively as well. Your understanding is that your abilities, and there will be quite a bit of variation among you, and collectively it is correct that collectively your abilities to notice and be tuned in with your bodies allow for that initial mechanism of the healing process, so that it is not something that is miraculous or by chance. You will all be more and more attuned to what is going on within your physical bodies. And it is not separate from the rest of you, it is a natural extension. And when you understand this and can, we're going to use the word feel, it is it is a new level of sensation, of awareness, of understanding that is similar to what has been before, and it is heightened and it is more nuanced, and your ability to perceive the different flows of energy, of areas of restriction, will be more finely tuned in. It's similar to a visual graphic where there can be very large blocks, versus the very, very fine pixels versus the the image that is not necessarily captured in graphic form. So you are moving from the big chunky blocks of images to the much finer ability to pick up on what is happening within your body. So we share this with your physical bodies and health in general. And this is no different whether it is Parkinson's or some other state. And we encourage We understand the appeal of delineating and being able to describe certain states, such as Parkinson's. We are also moving away from that kind of delineation because there was a significant period of time where that was quite helpful to the collective for research, for understanding. And now it really is a much more, we are moving into a much more unified understanding. So it can be a result of different disturbances, imbalances, areas where there's too much of something or too little of something. So it really is about this dynamic of the whole. And this is what we encourage. So not just the whole body systems, which there are many. It is the physical body system. It is as you know, the emotional, the energetic, the spiritual, the many body systems that are all working and are attempting to work in harmony. If there is disharmony among them, then that harmonizing regulation process is indeed healing.
Yes.
No, this is not exactly, we could hear it from the question. It is not exactly, it is this, what it is a significant paradigm shift of what health is and means and what your human bodies are capable of. Incredible, incredible things that have barely come to the realization. It is starting, it has started, and there will be much, much, much more so that those who are now on the fringes or the leading cutting edge, everything that has been experienced within those communities will be very common. The third dimension is an expression of polarities coming together. So we see this in the masculine and the feminine expressions, whether it's with human life or many other forms of life that you enjoy on earth. And so souls do choose the type of experience they would like to have, just as you have chosen this physical human incarnation on earth. And so by the inherent voice of you being here, yes, that experience of polarity is part of the, the deal. So while there is a shift towards the awakening and the greater movement through the fourth, fifth dimensions and beyond, there is still an experience of the third dimension that is valuable, that is important, that is uh, uh, important to be recognized and to be understood and nurtured. In addition to your physical incarnation and the more material physical life on earth, you also do experience the polarities of the the dark and the light, the shadow, the so there is this deep richness, and for many of you it is like an access point, a doorway, if you will, where if you happen to be experiencing something or noticing something where it is bringing out the dark or the shadow aspects, within you or would be within your world and others, communities. From our perspective, there is no judgment that uh, it is evil. So language is an interesting thing. So even with darkness or the negative or positive, if we remove the attachments of meaning that have become very tightly associated with those words, it could be seen as the negative being that space where the positive can fill that space. So if you were to approach all of the aspects that you have identified as uh, some how polarized or polarizing or different, there's this and then the other. When you understand the workings, this is in fact part of the ascension, the awakening. So noticing and being able to see and still navigate the physicality, the densities of your world. Have we given you too much? We can see that there are many in the collective with a similar sentiment. And in this time, which you have all chosen, whether you remember or not, to be here, chosen to be here, part of the growth for you, especially those of you who have come together in this group and of similar minds, it is vitally important for you to discern for yourself what is your choosing. And what we mean by this is we understand that there are perceived happenings that feel very drastic, harsh, intense. Uh, the pace for many feels very fast and accelerated. And if you have experienced your own healing process or your own detox experience, you know that there will be moments, perhaps many moments, where there is quite a lot of discomfort physically, emotionally, and otherwise. And if you were to recognize that it is the energy moving through, things are shifting, and many things are shifting without your conscious awareness. And that is what is happening with both the earth and the people of the earth, and in particular, the country of the United States. So there is a lot of, we like the image of the turning of the soil that is happening. And this is to prepare it for the new to come. And for many, if there is a grip and a desire to hold on to the old, it comes with it associated struggles and tensions. So we can understand the perspective your brother has, and we also offer a different perspective similar to earlier in our conversation, where when you can understand that there is an inherent neutrality. So we were speaking of the polarity, but remembering that there is this unified whole. So if the source energy is inherently whole and neutral, and then there is a split or a division or uh, for the further growth and evolution and expansion of the awareness, coming back to and remembering that it is all source energy, that it is all neutral, will help to allow you to discern whether staying where you are is right for you and your family, or whether moving would be right for you and your family. And we share this. So when you are solid in this, you are not then at the whim of other people's perceptions, or uh, and collectively you have quite a broadcast of the differing opinions and perspectives. So to cut through that, at times it will be noise, to discern what is right and best for you is the practice. So in a way, what you're seeing in your environment is an incredible opportunity for you to practice that discernment. There are the places around the world, the physical geographic locations, and the times. So the time and space is the construct of this earthly realm. And so there have been many examples where there could be significant upheaval, significant shifts within the land or the people or the governance around it. And still, there are people who manage to be in their center, to know that no matter where they are, that they, in fact, they create their own reality. We are happy to share this, and we understand the interest and curiosity. We are a collective of beings from different realms and dimensions, and we include the star families, the angels and the archangels, and the many beautiful aspects of the earth, and much more and beyond. The core intention of the collective is not for us to be recognized for our arts, but the intention has been to come together to share and to collaborate and learn and grow and assist each other, including you and those who have been called and drawn to our communications, particularly in this moment, because of much of the incredible changes and the opportunity that is here for us. So while there may have been differences and favoring of certain ways that have come before, we are in a moment now collectively that provides a very unique opportunity. And through those of you who have chosen to be on Earth, the remembering of who you are as you navigate your lives and your missions, and also the physicality of your bodies and the densities and the materials of this incredible earth that you are a part of. There is an opportunity to expand the greater collective consciousness. And so, for many of you, and especially with much of the, we shall call it the activity of the world as you're seeing it, there is an intensity, and with the different energies, we understand that part of your individual journeys for many of you has been a forgetting and now a remembering of who you are. And for many, that gap, if it was a wide gap, has the greatest potential to be sparks of incredible joy and upliftment. And even though you are not alone, you have always been supported. That feeling of isolation or fear or those doubts, those worries is a very common experience. And we are here to support every one of you, those who feel more called, in the exact way that your soul is asking for. So we have different, we will call them technologies. They're not technologies in the way you understand of the earthly realm. We have different technologies, different awarenesses, abilities, different wisdoms, different messages. And for some of you, you have affinity to certain codes. And so the wide range of the bandwidth that we have access to as the collective, we are here to support. And you, with your soul mission, with your desirings, with your particular frequency and energies, will draw exactly what the match is. And that combination is unique and different to all. So we are making this all available. And many of you have had the direct experience of the frequency activations that were shared. And each and every one of you has experienced them in your way. So we are not here to say that you should do things in a certain way. We are available for the support. We always appreciate the invitation to share and to collaborate. And so this is who we are. This is our intention, and this is our collective mission. And we are not separate from you. If you are drawn to us, you are a part of us, and we are a part of you. This question articulates much of what many are going through in this time. Deep compassion and love and regard for yourself, understanding that it is something that is flowing through with a purpose, that if there is any pain that is experienced along the way, it does not need to lead to suffering, which can occur, and that pain is judged or attempted to be dissolved or banished prematurely. This is part of what you in this human incarnation get to experience in a unique way. And you may not love hearing this. However, it is a great opportunity for some of the greatest shifts that can only occur as you are transforming from one state into another. And this is one of the many gifts that you get to enjoy. And the reason why the Earth School is deemed quite difficult is for this reason. It can feel uncomfortable extremely at times, and the pain of it is more painful when you perceive it to be something that should not be so. When there's full acceptance of it, there's something that starts to happen immediately. And this goes back to some of the earlier questions around the physical body and your health and well being. So, the full acceptance of what is happening. And this perhaps is at the next level for many, it's the advanced level where you then start to appreciate that this, in fact, is incredibly beneficial and good. And when you are able to see it in this light, you start the process of the transformation within yourself. You start to become a match to the light that is always wanting to be flowing through you. And in fact, it is the unawareness of it that blocks it from your own view. So, as you practice this within yourself, you will immediately recognize it in others and understanding that others are at different points in their journey, showing the same compassion and love and regard, reverence for them, no matter where they are, will help to inspire them to also be in acceptance. It could be that in that moment, they choose it for themselves, or it could be in that moment they choose differently. And that is the incredible gift that you have here. We thank you very much for this question, as it's an opportunity for us to help you to discern this within yourself. And this is the continued practice of developing the trust that is within so that it is not outside of you. We do not wish to be some group of entities who are, well, who have a strong opinion one way or another. We wish to be present with you to inspire you and to strengthen you, to give you the greater confidence to navigate these decisions, many choices you get to make throughout your many days. You have a beautiful energy, you have a keen awareness and ability to perceive the unseen, that it is clear, and you enjoy the process of discovery and learning quite a bit. So, and of course, you know yourself best. We're simply reflecting back to you some of the things that we can perceive immediately. So, knowing yourself first and knowing what you value, and then having things be in alignment with who you are and your values is what we recommend. We understand this may not be the answer you were looking for. The reassurance that you're wanting from us is something we encourage you to give yourself. And this applies to many who are listening. It is the reassurance that all is well, that everything is in fact working out for you, that when you look for it, there's good in all. We've already had the conversation around the polarity and the neutrality. So if you are going to choose something other than the neutrality, why not have it be the good? As for shifts in timing or delays in occurrences, happenings, there is often, in fact, a divine coordination that is happening unseen to you. Oftentimes, it is protective, not necessarily so. That is a possibility. Those who are drawn to working with us and communicating with us, you are already at a higher level of awareness. So we are here to encourage you utilizing that awareness so that it's not simply a fleeting, oh, here it is, and you get this spontaneous or random feeling download. It is continuous access. And this is what we encourage. This is the a practice of it. This is what, for those of you who are drawn to the the further and continued and deeper work with us, is what is part of what is coming through for you. And you are the leaders. You are here for a specific mission, for a specific mission. You may be fully aware of it. You may feel the energy of it and are ready for that full clarity. Whatever it is for you, you are here. We are having this conversation with you now because you are, in fact, a leader. And so we are here to support you in your raising up to be a match to who you already are. And we share this with you because you understand it was inherent in the question itself. We understand that you understand that for many and collectively as well, the experience of your physical and beyond, well-being is a signal to you, comes with a message or messages for you. And this is really always the case. And as you and people are becoming more and more aware and are awakening to this, you understand this. So you are wondering and questioning. And of course, yes, you are right on. You do know this. And so whether it is to rest more or whatever other messages or insights come through because of a physical ailment or symptom or experience, we do encourage you to start listening more and to start trusting more. There was a theme of overall well-being at the physical level, and we appreciate every one of you and all the questions very much. And this is merely the beginning because there is a lot of, we will call it work. We can also call it play and enjoyment. There is a lot for all of us to experience once we get a good handle on things at this level that you have been speaking of. We thank you very much for the invitation and look forward to continuing to work with any of you who decide to join us for the series.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm like sweating buckets. So initially, when the Collective Council said, okay, there's going to be a full frequency activation series program for those who want to go more in depth, my thought of it was that, okay, we're going to have it through July and August, but there's been some flexibility in terms of the start and end dates. So if anyone is feeling drawn and want to see if it is a good fit, I popped in my calendar link and we can chat. And I'm happy to help. And if it feels like a good fit, or even if you're not sure, we can help you to clarify.
Yeah.
So thank you for the questions and everyone's because they're like, oh, we don't want to tell you exactly. Like, I just find that they're at a very they share guidance for us so that we can navigate things ourselves. It feels very empowering, but almost like a parent who's like, well, I'm not going to give you your homework answers. Give you the direction. Yeah, thank you for that. We just kind of jumped in today, didn't we? So they came through, I think, on the fourth day of a 30-day channeling accountability practice that Elsie and I were doing. And I've been able to channel. So prior to meeting with the Collective Council, I've been able to channel my different animals, my higher self, my master team, like Jesus, like different uh, beings come through, and they all feel different. But when they first came through, it felt very formal, like they've been waiting for me, or maybe waiting for us to do the practice, and it was the language was more formal, and versus if Jesus or my master team comes through, it's a little more lovey, and maybe even they'll joke with me. But there's sort of almost like a seriousness, like this is an important time. There's a lot to do here. We are all part of it, and it's like we're here with loving presence and support, and it's go time. So um, they the first speakers said they were, what I heard was Andromedon, but I realized it was Andromeda, and but they were clear to say we are a collective, so it's not important the isolated, like who we are in isolations or as individual representatives. We truly are a collective because there's been, I could just, I don't know, I could just feel it and more of a, just a knowing. I guess it's been fast, you guys, a couple months. Because they were like, okay, there's an opportunity to share. We're going to share with, with this group. And then there's a full series coming. And I'm like, what is the full series? I don't need to offer another program. I have a lot of other programs. They're like, okay, this is happening. So it's been pretty fast and they have a lot to share, as you could see. So, and it's different. Like I can tell when I have my more personal, like, uh, what what would be good for me to do today? I have my master team. They're sort of like my um comfy blanket. But then
Yeah.
if it's like bigger stuff, it's them that comes through, like bigger projects, books that are coming through, things like that.
Wow.
Fun, isn't it? And it's amazing because I've also noticed that there are lots of channels who do say it's a council or like it's a collective, it's not just one. So there's something to it. So if you enjoyed the Q&A and feel called to, feel free to subscribe to the channel, give this a thumbs up, and share this with anyone who you feel would benefit. I know there's so many, I had a ton of questions when I was going through my spiritual awakening. So if you feel like can help someone else out, feel free to share. And if you have a question that you particularly resonated with, or if you have a question of your own, feel free to type that into the comments. And I might be able to incorporate it into a future Q&A session that I do with the Collective Council. And if you would like to invite us to one of your group gatherings and would like to share and enjoy in the wisdom that comes through, feel free to reach out to me. You'll see a link in the description that'll go to my website, either just my website or a contact form. So I look forward to hearing from you soon. I'm Serenity Iris, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.